everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here, which you probably are. Today's video is gonna be a perfume review, however it's gonna be not quite a perfume this time. This one is the notorious Bal d'Afrique from Byredo, however it's a hair perfume version. I personally, like most people, really want to have a Byredo in my collection, however I can't really justify spending this much on a fragrance, especially if it doesn't last very long like many Byredos do. And I just so happened to receive this hair perfume as a Christmas gift from my bestie. I know she's watching and she's just the best. So this video is probably gonna be of interest to you if you have a similar thought process about Byredo fragrances, but the scent profile is just too tempting. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get right into it. I'd like to start off by saying that the packaging looks pretty stylish and cool, however it's far off from the original Byredo packaging, which is the dream of any cool girl on planet Earth. However, it's definitely not an issue with the savings we're getting here. And by the way, I know many people still wonder why you would need a hair perfume and why you can't just spray perfume in your hair. But apparently you can't, because the alcohol in fragrances is just crazy damaging to hair. These little bad boys called hair perfumes are supposed to have a much milder formula and not damage your hair. Right off the bat with this one, the official pyramid listed on Fragrantica is kind of different from the EDP. I'm not gonna name all of the notes because I don't know how to pronounce some of them and I don't want to butcher it and embarrass myself on my own channel. Despite a different pyramid, I would argue that this one is actually pretty spot on in terms of being similar to the perfume. My friend does own the perfume and we exchange little decants from time to time, so I had a chance to test it out for a couple of weeks. Shout out to her again because it's amazing to have someone to share this hobby with. Anyways, with the original perfume, despite its feminine and soft nature, it's not something I would ever overspray because if I did, the migraine I would get could be detected from Mars. I know most people notice the citrus notes first, however they note the most prominent ones for me. I personally notice this creamy aspect, which is reminiscent of skincare or body care products with floral notes in them. I would say that this is mostly the violet speaking directly to me. In general, it smells really classy and luxurious to me. However, as I said, I would not underestimate its power despite most notes here being non-threatening. It's widely considered a spring and summer scent, however, when I wore this in the summer, it would occasionally choke me out pretty badly, and when the temperatures dropped slightly and the fall started approaching, this was absolutely gorgeous. As for the longevity aspect, this would sadly disappear after 2 or 3 hours, however on some occasions it would also come back later, which I have no explanation for. Now that the rambly part is over, let's discuss the hair perfume. This bottle here is 75 ml, which should be more than enough. Granted, with a low alcohol percentage you would probably have to overspray quite a bit. I generally overspray every time I wear anything, so with this one I also did like 5 or 4 sprays in my hair. I have to say it has pretty good projection, which is definitely a good thing. The scent itself is pretty much the same as the regular version, however I do notice a bit of a masculine aspect, maybe due to the citrus notes here. However, it's definitely not bad or annoying, it's just a slight hint of something like skincare for men, if that makes sense, which is fine by me. The longevity is pretty decent for a hair perfume actually. It was definitely there for me for at least 5 hours, and sometimes the faint scent even remains in my hair after 8 hours. In general, I don't find this to be heavy or able to choke anyone out, so it's the best of both worlds for me. I'm very pleased with it. One thing I will say is that I actually do prefer this one in the winter. Maybe it's the citrus part of it, which is kind of Christmassy. Maybe it's the fact that I'm backwards and I prefer citruses and florals in the winter. However, in any format that you choose, it's still an absolutely gorgeous fragrance. Sometimes when something is really popular, you kind of want to hate on it a little bit just to be a contrarian or to feel special. But sometimes when a perfume is a brand's bestseller, it's for a very good reason. And in this case, I have to admit that Bal d'Afrique is still a model, an actress, a philanthropist, and generally still that girl. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Let me know how you feel about hair perfumes, if you own any, and if you find them to be a waste of money or actually a good middle ground when you want the scent but don't want to spend too much. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.